As children, we learn the true meaning of being a hero. Being a hero requires great sacrifice for others, not just ourselves. We learned about the heroes of Jamaica's past and how much of themselves and their lives they had to give in building a nation we should be proud to call home. They believed in a Jamaica that was more than just a country, more than just an island, more than land surrounded by water. They believed in a dream of a free nation of people, a nation built on the foundation of their sacrifices, a nation of many people working as one, a nation that would continue to produce legends and nation builders that serve towards that vision. As children, we were also taught the national pledge, a solemn promise, an undertaking. I would like to believe Sir Hugh Sherlock, while writing this pledge, understood the vision and dreams of our heroes. It's clear being a hero is too much to ever ask any one citizen. Luckily, the pledge does not require heroics of any of us. It merely asks that we honor our heroes by striving to advance our nation and ultimately inspire the world, like they and many Jamaicans have done. It's important we remember those words. These words. Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. If you are like me, a Jamaican born and raised on this land, maybe you will remember saying those words, singing that song in a classroom or some general assembly. If so, like me, you made a pledge. Somehow it seems like many of us have forgotten that. The crime and violence, the indiscipline and short-sightedness, the corruption, the lack of respect for our beautiful lands we are blessed with, and the waters that surround and nurtures us. We have to do better. Let us honor our heroes so that they would not have sacrificed so much in vain. I hope this video can make a difference to even one soul. If so, it would all be worth it. If you feel the way I do, share it. May my voice become yours. Thanks for watching.
On October 28th, Melissa, a Category 5 hurricane, turned her wrath upon our homeland, Jamaica. In the aftermath, thousands of homes were destroyed, lives, pets, and livestock were lost, and dreams and hopes dashed. Resilient as we Jamaicans are known to be, our brothers and sisters on the island need our help now. To this end, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, OJLDF, has launched its official fundraiser. Please donate generously at OJLDF.net. We are depending on each and every one of you to get the most needed supplies to our people at home. Go to OJLDF.net. That's OJLDF.net and hit the donate button today. Thank you.
For the people every day, defending your rights. I saw him stay. We'll fight for the people every day. Risk him life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights. I saw him stay. Say from him slip up all eyes on him. I defend the people, them said spice on him. Evil politicians spread lies on him. But we know the bugger them not wise like him. Them not ties on him. Them know said that the people rely upon him. You know said them bring out them Christ through him. That's why all the people them respect him. Just like Selassie and Marcus Garvey. Rock you all the order of the Trinity. A real strong soldier in a army. No simpleton can disarm we. Well fight for the people every day. Risk him life for the people every day. Criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights. I saw him stay. Well fight for the people every day. Risk him life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights. I saw him stay. How long them a gonna know say that them fire can't cool? How long them a gonna take our people for fool? Nah build no houses, them nah build no school. Think them up the handle but of the most I rule. Them better stop criticizing. Cause what them a do now phase him. You know the man no lazy. All them a talk, them a the one right crazy. We'll fight for the people every day. Risk him life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights. I saw him stay. We'll fight for the people every day. Risk him life for the people every day. Criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights. I saw him stay. Say from him step up all eyes on him. I defend the people, them said spice on him. Evil politicians spread lies on him. But we know the bugger them not wise like him. Back up, them not ties on him. Them know said that the people rely upon him. You know said them bring out them Christ through him. That's why all the people them respect him. Just like Selassie and Marcus Garvey. The man hold the order of the Trinity. A real strong soldier in a army. No simpleton can disarm me. Them fight for the people every day. Risk them life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights. I saw him stay. him stay. Him fight for the people every day. Risk him life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights. I saw him. Most High Jah, guide us now, yeah, yeah. Our people need to see the light. Turn it up right. He will fight for the people every day. Risk him life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights. I saw him stay.
Yes. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Reason with Rattigan at Rattigan University. As usual, the provost, yours truly, is here. Unfortunately, the adjunct professor, DJ Kevin Stew, is a bit under the weather. And he's getting some attention, some medical attention. So we're not sure. It's nothing serious, but we can't take any chances these days. And so he may join us later on, but he has the utmost confidence in me. And he said, look, the show must go on. So carry on. But you know what? He knows that when it comes to technology, I'm essentially illiterate. So he recruited producer OT and producer Joan to jump online to help me. So they're actually in the background. So we shouldn't have any problems, but if we do, rest assured that I have two lovely, talented women backstage helping me out. So that's where we are. Of course, people, we continue to pray for our people who are suffering after almost 5 weeks in Melissa's aftermath. Prayers. Now, let me just take a look at what producer Joan has provided to us for today's lecture. Here we go. Shaping civic minds for a better tomorrow. People, don't forget that. Yes, Rosalie. Yeah, Kevin Goodman. Good. Like I said, you know, he'll probably join us. Knowing Kevin the way I know him, he'll probably join us later on. But for right now, he's getting some medical attention, but nothing serious. Shaping civic minds for a better tomorrow. And today is one of those days where we're going to walk you through a civics lesson. And we're going to explain some things to you that I would hazard a guess that most of you didn't know. But after today, you'll know. And then can't fool you. You'll know. Turn a blind eye to corruption and you'll lose sight in your other eye. Complete corruption. And that's what we think is happening in our beloved island. All right, here's the syllabus for today. MP Zavia Mayne. I wonder how many of you have ever heard that name. Some of you, I believe, heard that name this week because of the commission's report. And if you notice, I didn't say integrity because in my estimation, they have to earn that title. I don't think they have. So we'll just continue to call them the commission. And it's an analysis of their investigation, of course, woefully lacking. Again, we'll show you some mistakes they've made. We won't tell you how, you know what? Let's just leave it at that. MP Zavia Mayne, we're going to talk about the investigation. Speaker Juliet Holness, if she's lacking parliamentary decorum, how do we modify her behavior? People have been complaining about her. She's turning off mics. She's yelling at people. She's insulting. We're going to show you one way that we believe the opposition party and even her own party, they can put her in check. Because essentially, speaker's like a referee, you know, and when you have the speaker getting involved and just being rude, actually, she's more than rude. We just have to we have to put her in check. We have to modify her behavior, and we are going to provide some suggestions as to how to modify her behavior. US 6.7 billion Melissa recovery package in the hands of Jamaican politicians. Isn't this rubbing butter on PUSS mouth? Jamaicans, you know the phrase, you know the meaning. And some of you have already written to me and said, yes, Mr. Rattigan, why you ask the question? I only asked the question because I plan to show you how we've been rubbing butter on PUSS mouth. I just want to show you how these politicians have been doing things that are not in compliance with the rules. And part of it is that we're not even aware. So things just happen. And it's only when, you know, every now and again, the media, mainstream media in Jamaica, because we know that they're muted for the most part. Every now and again, they'll come up with something and then people go, oh, and then it's a 9-day wonder. It's forgotten and it's overtaken by another event. And that's the end of that. But not around here. Yours truly, and the professor hopefully will join us later on. Well, lecturers, we have today with us, in case you didn't know, Richard Currie, Paramount Chief of the State of ACCOMPONG Cockpit Country. He will join us around 5-ish or so. Not quite sure. Might join us before or after. We want you to stay because there's a lot to talk about before he gets on and after he's left. So, engagement norms. This is normally the professor's bailiwick, but be an active listener, be open-minded. Again, we encourage you, talk as much as you want in the chat, but keep it clean, keep it civil. Use time effectively, be present, pay attention. By the way, there's an examination coming up, final examination in a couple of weeks or so. And I hope all of you have been paying attention because the questions will be based on information we've provided. And we know all of you are honest people. So you're not going to Google the answer or go search in a book for the answer. You're just going to answer based on your recollection. So stay tuned and prepare for that exam. Comment to contribute from a constructive standpoint. Talked about that. Celebrate others' contributions, indeed. And please, please, please enjoy the experience. You know, we saw this on Wednesday. Someone, SSB, big up yourself. SSB put this in the chat on Wednesday, and we were talking about it this morning and felt compelled to provide it to all of you. And also to big up SSB. It says, welcome to the Rattigan University, where lies are dispelled and truth is upheld. Couldn't say it better. SSB, continue to be a supporter. Big up yourself. Much appreciated. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, my people. Special broadcast, 8 o'clock this Monday. You cannot afford to miss this broadcast because we will analyze the decision of the court regarding the Buchanan versus Constituted Authority. As most of you know, the Prime Minister won the election. West Central, St. Andrew, and his opponent, Mr. Buchanan, felt that there was something wrong with the result, and he gathered his evidence and he submitted it as required to the constituted authority. And the constituted authority was supposed to look at the affidavits, and there were about 8 or so affidavits with about, I don't know, 17, 18, many points. And they were supposed to file a complaint on behalf of Mr. Buchanan. They didn't. Instead, they assessed the evidence. They assessed the evidence in terms of like admissibility, veracity, weight, quality, all of this. And then they said, we don't think there's enough here. That's the end of it. So Mr. Buchanan sued because he said, you overstepped your boundary. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to file a complaint with the election court. Now, that decision, Mr. Buchanan appealed the constituted authority's decision to the Supreme Court, asking for leave to file a submission, file a claim. And the court is going to rule this Monday. So my team decided that, hey, you know what? Since we've been broadcasting about this for quite some time, and we know the subject matter in depth, going back to 1997, they said, let's take a look at the decision and let's analyze it in light of what we've been doing. So, of course, whatever the team tells me, I just have to go along with. So I just want to big up DJ Kevin Stew, the professor, producer, OT, my God, OT, and of course, producer Joan. So all of them said, listen, this is one that we really should do a special program on. And I agree with them. So Monday at 8 o'clock. This Monday, December 8th at 8 o'clock. Tune in. We're going to do it on the Reason with Rattigan show. So we're going to have a special show on Monday night, and we're going to go through the decision. Hopefully, it's what we expect. But if it's not, we know what we have to do. So we'll leave it at that. Hey, here we go. Marcus Messiah himself. We are going to emancipate ourselves from mental. In fact, this quote, Bob Marley made it popular. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Well, actually came from Marcus. The full quote is, we are going to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery because whilst others might free the body, none but ourselves can free the mind. And that's what we try to do around here every Saturday, every time we meet, every Wednesday. We try to get our people to free their minds. Free their minds. So keep that in mind. That's our purpose. That's our mission. That's our goal. Here's another one from the great man. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the tongue is mightier than them both put together. Yes. Yes. And that could cut both ways. That could cut both ways. But that's the genius of the man, that he could come up with something like this. And you could perceive it in a positive light, in a negative light. Negative light, not negative in what he said, but negative in the truth of the matter asserted. He said it, but then when you look at the truth of it, yeah, tongue can get you in trouble. Tongue can get you out of trouble. There you go. Another one from Marcus. We'll feature Marcus this week, Intelligence rules the world. Ignorance carries the burden. See? You see the connection between none but ourselves can free our mind? Only you can choose to remain ignorant, because intelligence is out there, especially in this age of intelligence, age of technology. You can free yourself, you can free your mind. Just approach the issue with an open mind and just be analytic. Be critical. Question things. Don't just swallow them. Question things. All right, so I can move that. Yes, people. So let me just say, oh, relax with the rebel tonight. Yeah, last 2 weeks I failed to show up for the show. Those of you who know why, we'll just keep it our secret. But tonight will be different. So join me tonight from 10 to midnight on Reggae Global Radio for 2 hours of fun, surprise, and nostalgia as we go back to the disco era. So just tune in tonight. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. We're going to have a lot of fun. Easy like Sunday with the Rebel. Stay tuned for our next program. Come Reason with Rattigan. That's our Wednesday program. By the way, thanks to all of you for supporting and encouraging others to support the program. The numbers are going up. The feedback has been tremendous. And just based on the numbers and the feedback, Wednesday's program was outstanding by all measure. Again, thanks to all of you. And of course, the lady who continues to sacrifice, the lady who continues to believe in the mission, the lady who continues to inspire, producer OT. Big up yourself, OT. All right. Say some greetings before getting to the meat of the program. Thanks to all of you for the support, financial, moral, and otherwise. And again, prayers for all of those affected by Melissa directly and indirectly. Prayers up for Papa Trevor, the Double Road Posse. Imagine, down in the Fort Lauderdale area. Bonnie Jump, my brother, in the Florida area. Joanna Marie, Mrs. Nelson, Bobby D'Souza, Mr. Baxter, Sassy Diva, Raleigh. Get well soon, my brother. Love your spirit. Anita, I come check you. I come check you. That's a surprise guest, visitor. But I come check you. Keep the spirit up. Love you like life. Lakaleka. Glad you're on the men, my brother. And of course, Roland from the UK. Big up our production crew. You know who you are. Your assistance is greatly appreciated. And of course, I have a big up the lady who is the main force behind the success of this show, none other than producer Joan. Big up yourself, Joan. Okay, people, you know, today we were looking at all the subjects that we could talk about. And I think we came up with like 8 or 9. And as usual, it was my intention to go forward. And I asked the team, and they started smirking. They didn't laugh. They started smirking. And I think producer Joan made a comment like, she'll make me enjoy myself. Something to that effect. I might say, yeah, make him just stop, because we know it's not going to happen. So we've narrowed it down to just a few topics. We had 11 topics to talk about today. Jamaica is truly content-rich, people. Truly content-rich. And so we decided that we're going to narrow it down. But what I want to do is this. I want to start out by just kind of warming up the audience. Warm you up. As you know, my favorite parliament is the South African Parliament. I admire the way they just studied the rule book. I admire the way that they're feisty and they're forthright and they're courageous with the way they present their points. They fight for their constituency. It says constituencies. And I say that because in the South African Parliament, they have 18 parties. Jamaica has 2. Think about that. They have 18 different parties represented. So you can just imagine the fights that go on there for resources. And there's one party there. I don't get me wrong. I don't agree with a lot of the things that they propose. But one of the things I admire about them is their fearlessness, their willingness to, as a dear friend of mine said, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. They're unafraid to do that. And even though they're small in numbers, in fact, they're the fourth party in terms of numbers. They're not second, not third, the fourth, but they have the loudest voice. They have the loudest voice. And like I said, I don't necessarily subscribe to the things that, because I've heard them talk about a whole range of things. And of course, it's difficult to agree with everybody and everything. There's some things that I completely disagree with them about. But one thing I admire is the way, as a small unit, that they're able to force their way into things. And I play this. I'm going to play a few videos because we're going to warm up to get to what Jamaica should be doing. When I say Jamaica should be doing, people complain about the opposition, saying that the weak, the mealy mouth, they don't seem to have spunk. They don't stand up to the speaker. Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? I see Healthy Eats with Carl said that I'm glitching. How about now? Oh, my good. Okay, all right, good. And so what I'm gonna do is I played this on, for those of you who watched on Wednesday, you saw this clip, but we have some other clips that you haven't seen. But we're gonna play this clip and just watch how forceful these people are. And another thing about them, they read the rules. And people, I went through the standing orders for the Jamaican Parliament, and there are so many things that the opposition and even the ruling party members that they could do to hold the speaker accountable, and they haven't. You know why? Because they don't know the rules. They don't know the rules. Mic check, mic check. Can you? I should be fine now. Hello? We're good. Don said, all right, Lorraine, Don, you right. How am I? Talk to me. Still cracking up? How about no? Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, people. Home sound. It's funny because walk like a champion. Oh no, walk like a champion, cracking up still. Interesting. Hold on. Hang on. Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Cracking up bad. Oh, make me talk so mic crack up. I don't understand this. Mic check. Mic check. Talk to me now, people. My phone spinning. No sound. Oh, hearing. Okay, can't hear me now. Yes, sound is back. Juliet. Okay. Yes, yes. All right, good people. So, Jeffrey said, no. Hey, everybody said I'm good. Mike. Sound. Yes, you're good now. Okay, all right. So he said, here's what happened. You know what? Let me get into, it's not good. Let me get into this. I was about to say that those of you who tuned in on Wednesday, you saw this video. And the response was overwhelmingly good. People are saying, yes, you need to play this so that people can understand what it's like to, hold on 1 second. All right, let's play the video. And tell me what you think.
Thank you very much. As Honorable Malema is approaching the podium, let me just indicate the following. The EFF has a global time allocation of 42 minutes. His party has allocated in order. Honorable Malema.
Address. We have been longing for that type of leadership because the two of you understood that this is a democratic parliament. And therefore, any idea that seeks to suggest that the views of the minority, because democracy by its own nature requires that we listen to all ideas, even if it is ideas of one person. Because those ideas, for as long as they meet a rational text, they are acceptable. So I've seen some fellows here standing up and saying we cannot be held at ransom by minorities. You must know you are planting a wrong seed, that minorities should not be listened to. Because if you agree that minorities should not be listened to, it will go beyond this parliament. And therefore, there will not be a single minority in a true sense of the minorities that will be listened to. I had another one saying here that you want to amend the rules. The problem is not the rules. The problem is reading the rules. Your comrades, Mr. President, do not read. The reality is that they don't read. They read True Love magazine and Drum. When it comes to political literature, when it comes to reading the rules, they do not read. That's why someone stood up here and said, House of Rules. It's not House of Rules. It's rules of the house. They do not read. Now, Comrade President, you rise to the high office in our land, carried a promise.
All right, folks, here's what's going to happen. We are going to come out or end the stream and come back, return, because the sound is not that clear. And like some of you suggested, it could be the internet. So we're going to end the stream and come right back. Bear with us.
On October 28th, Melissa, a Category 5 hurricane, turned her wrath upon our homeland, Jamaica. In the aftermath, lives, pets, and livestock were lost, and dreams and hopes dashed. Resilient as we Jamaicans are known to be, our brothers and sisters on the island need our help now. To this end, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, OJLDF, OJLDF has launched its official fundraiser. Please OJLDF.net. We are depending on each and every one of you to get the most needed supplies to our people at home. Go to OJLDF.net. That's OJLDF.net and hit the donate button today. Thank you.